Okay, now this video is being made on January 29th, 2014, and let me just show you a picture of my cell phone really fast so you can see the date it's being made on. And I'm also going to use a feature within the tools menu that's called the voice command, so the phone can literally tell you the date and time.
Say a command. January 29th, Wednesday, 9:28 a.m.
Okay, title this video by the date it's being uploaded. At the beginning of the title, hold on. Learning disabled woman exposes 1/09/2014 UCSD event. Okay, number 2. This is the second video. The first video of this two-part video series, its YouTube title will be in the description of this YouTube video. Okay, for you to be able to witness the first video pertaining to this event, pertaining to January 9th, 2014. My name is Leslie Williams. What I want you to do right now, fellow American citizens, I'm going to make a couple fast statements so you can understand the theme pertaining to the subject matter of this particular video pertaining to the January 9th, 2014 event that occurred on UCSD property. That's right. Now, the first video shows a audio file, which you'll also hear in this one, pertaining to the event that took place right outside the BioMedical Library earlier in the day. Okay, but the first audio I want you to hear is the verbal interactions between me and UCSD Police later on that night, after I left the BioMedical Library for the entire day. As I left there, unlocked my bike, rode my bike towards the bus stop to leave the campus for the day, they were sitting between the driveway of the last building that I passed on as I was on my bike heading to the bus stop. They were sitting right there, and then right across the street is the bus stop. They were literally sitting right there in their cars. So I saw them and decided to approach them. Now, my name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego, California. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to describe to you the theme of what you're going to hear pertaining to me discussing. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is just do this. I'm going to play the audio file first, okay? And then I want you to listen carefully to everything that I am telling them. Everything that I am telling them, including all the descriptions of where I'm being, of one of the places that I mentioned to them, a identified place, and the employees at the identified place, the Club Med restaurant, okay, how I tell them that, okay, well, because they're saying, well, how are we supposed to investigate if you can't tell us who's gang stalking you? Well, I said, well, the Club Med restaurant, when I was talking to them, I go, the Club Med restaurant is right over there. I go, the employees in there have engaged in gang stalking, and I also mentioned the BioMedical Library staff. You clearly heard me say it. And then they were acting like, well, we don't know what the penal codes are in reference to the violations of the law. Well, stalking is a law, criminal intent to harass is a law, and harassment is a law. Okay? Now, would it be UCSD Campus Police, okay, which is supposed to be campus safety? Would it be their intention to, is their intention to make sure that the operations of the campus remain safe from any premise liability? Do you honestly think for 1 minute that universities do not care about their bottom line? Look at what Penn State allowed on their campus for 10 full years. Jerry Sandusky, just to preserve the image of that campus, because they knew if it got out what would happen, and once it did get out, it did happen. Look at what happened with Laura Dickerson at Eastern University. They covered up her murder and her rape, and when they couldn't cover it up no more, they lied up the wazooks by trying to say that there was a miscommunication between internal departments, which caused the accurate information to not be processed in a timely and orderly fashion. Skillful language, is it not? Of course it is. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Campus safety and library security are supposed to be observing any types of crimes that are happening against students, staff, and guests. Okay? So, you listen to this audio file, okay? And then you deduce from it what you will. Now, there's a section in this audio file where I'm literally playing them a recording of an event that happened 8 days after this event that you're going to hear on the audio file, and then once the audio file is done, I'm going to literally play you the event that I was showing them from the same phone. the same video file from the same phone that I was showing them, that you're hearing me show them in this audio file. Okay? And this event took place on a sidewalk right up the street from UCSD 8 days after I talked to a UCSD campus police officer on their campus in front of their Geisel library on November 20th, 2013, and told him that every time I come to UCSD property, that individuals get around me and say, "Gangstalk, gangstalk, 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 gangstalker, gangstalker, gangstalk. Oh my God, we're crazy," in that way, everywhere I go, all day long. And I have the 800 audio files to prove it, sweet peas. Okay? Now, it was cut again on 1/22/2014 after I left the BioMedical Library when another event occurred. And I'll explain that in another video. Okay? Now, I want you to listen to this. I left the BioMedical Library on January 22nd, January 20, let's see, what's today's date? 29th? So yesterday was on January 27th, 2014, I left the BioMedical Library after a couple events happened in the BioMedical Library towards me. I had to call the police. So I finally left there very close to 7 p.m., okay? Started a new audio file right before I went into the Price Center, which is a building that's got a bunch of restaurants in it. And when I started this new audio file, I said, I'm on my way to the Price Center to go to Burger King. And I said, let's see if gangstalk is said around me once I go in there, or gangstalking, or gangstalker. And guess who was in there right in the Burger King line when I went in there? Library security, who I had just had physical interactions with in the BioMedical Library. Before I left there, got on my bike and rode the bike to Burger King in the Price Center. They were in line. As soon as they left, gangstalking and gangstalker was said around me and caught on audio file. Okay, now I've already made a video concerning that. It'll be uploaded either tomorrow or the next day. Alright, so, check it out. This is me talking to 2 UCSD campus police officers on January 9th, 2014. And the audio file is about 30-something minutes long. And let me just make sure you see the date of the audio file so you know that I was talking to them on this date. Okay, you can see the date. There's the month right there. 1. The day of the month. 9. The year. Okay, now the year 14. Okay, 1/9/14. And it's a little bit over 30 minutes long. The first 15 to 20 minutes aren't important because it's just me leaving the BioMedical Library and getting my bike. Now this is me unlocking my bike. Notice how I say to a person, hey, I like your coat. Okay, and then I unlock the bike or start riding the bike and then stumble across them on my way to the bus stop. I want you to listen to all the verbal interactions I have with them, and then after you hear this audio file, what I'll do is play you the audio of the video from my phone that I was literally playing them as I was talking to them. And you'll be able to hear if you listen very closely to when I'm saying listen to this, okay, and then you hear like some things being like an audio recording you're hearing being played. You'll be able to hear that it's the same audio recording that I'm going to play you once the audio file stops, because I'm going to play it for you. So you'll literally be able to witness them hearing gangstalking being said around me 8 days after I told them, on a sidewalk right up the street from UCSD, 8 days after I told them, told a separate UCSD campus police officer that they, on November 20th, that they were getting around me and saying gangstalked everywhere I go, every single day on their campus, everywhere. Okay, so here's the audio of that interaction between me and UCSD campus police on 1/9/2014. Okay, on my way to the bus stop after I left the BioMedical Library. It's going to take a second or two before it gets to them, because I'm going to show you that I mentioned to a person that I like their coat, and that's relevant once I describe to you what happened earlier in the day on January 9th. Just trust me. To get one of those coats. see.
Nope.
I'd like to make a police report.
About what?
About being harassed on this campus.
You're being harassed?
Yeah, I'd like to get off my bike.
Nope, careful.
I think I better be.
Fall over.
My name's Leslie.
Oh, hello. How do you do?
How you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm sick. I don't want to get you sick.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to get sick
Well,
either.
the flu's going
I'm
around,
trying to be
so...
polite about it. So.
I see. Yes, I am being harassed on this campus, sir. And, frankly, I'm fed up with it. And, so, I think what's best... let's see. And, sorry, I'm just reaching in my pocket to get a cell phone. November... Is that alright?
Yeah, just look like big pockets.
Oh, yeah, it's got a camera and stuff.
Right.
Am I being tape recorded by you guys right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's alright. I'm tape recording you, too. Alright, what I'm going to do right here, on November 20th, 2013, I was on this campus, minding my own business like I always do.
Alright.
And, I approached the UCSD campus police officer, and I told him that every time I come on this campus, that individuals are getting around me and saying gang stalking.
Gang stalkers?
Gang stalkers or gang stalking, whatever.
Stalking, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard talking from our sergeants.
What's that?
Talking to our sergeants, yeah. He's mentioned that you...
Right. Okay. Yeah. Now that's a way to make a gang stalking target feel gang stalked by repeating certain words, phrases, physical gestures everywhere they go.
Okay.
It's a clever way to make you feel stalked as a result of you hearing it 100 times in one day. Okay? It's a clever way. So I told him this on November 20th, 2013.
Okay.
And what you're about ready to hear right now,
You don't have to...
just real briefly, it only takes 2 seconds, sir. Okay? There's 2 individuals saying gang stalking, and gang stalking. I'm going to F you up right up the road 8 days after I told this UCSD campus police officer that they were getting along my routes everywhere on this campus and saying it. It's coming out. Hear it?
Yeah.
I can
All right, you heard it.
hear some voices, but I can't really make out.
Did you hear it?
I heard some of it.
Alright, so I can play it back at another day.
Yeah, I'm not...
Alright, now, the point I'm trying to make here is this. I also got on another phone in my pocket, the same exact method happening towards me in Yucca Valley, California, 1 year prior, 167 miles away from La Jolla.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have over 800 audio files right now proving what I'm talking about.
Alright.
Now I've come on this campus and I got loads of them. I got loads of them of it happening here on this campus. Undisputable proof.
Okay.
Now when I come here to mind my own business. I don't cause problems with no one at all at any time. I mind my own business, literally. I literally mind my own business. I can't say it any clearer. Today I left the library to go outside to have a cigarette. And this guy comes out the back door, and he walks by me. He's got these really cool sunglasses on. So I go, hey, I like those sunglasses. He goes, don't talk to me. What's the matter with you? I know you. You got banned from the library. And then he makes an about face and goes back in the library and starts acting like he's calling the police. And this produced extreme stress and duress because it makes me think, what's going on now? What's going to happen next? Which threw my next hour of my mental freedom off from what I was doing to be attentive to what might happen next, because now library security is walking in and out of the library. This is a hostile environment for anybody to live in, and I don't think I appreciate it too much, if you want to know the truth. Now, these words gang-stalking and gang-stalker have been said and have been noticed by me, happening around me by your Club Med Cafe employees and specific biomedical library staff in the past. Okay? Eventually I'm going to hire a lawyer. But what I want to do is, what I'm trying to do is live in peace with everybody.
I'm in here, I mind my own business. I don't get out my video camera like I've been told not to.
Right, because that's a policy violation inside the library.
Yeah, but I noticed you guys got a video camera on the ceiling. What's up with that? I mean, you didn't ask my permission for that. You just automatically just assumed that you could take my video picture and bada boom.
Video surveillance is legal by the owner of the building.
I'm the owner. I pay my taxes.
No, you're not the owner.
So you're saying that taxpayers' dollars don't pay?
So if,
No, I'm just curious.
if the heating goes out, since you pay your taxes,
Uh-huh.
are you going to pay the repairman?
Why do you throw my taxes?
No, that's in addition to.
I see.
It's
So
like,
you're...
I have a mortgage. I pay a mortgage. Something goes wrong, guess what I get to pay? In addition to that.
Alright, so basically what I'm saying is that this is a public library.
Okay.
Okay.
You're allowed in there.
Right. And so basically what you're saying, though, just, I mean...
They're allowed to video record.
This is a sidebar notation. You can see that I...
To be there. They are allowed to record. If you don't like them recording you,
But I can't record.
correct, because that's a policy that patrons are not allowed to video record other patrons inside the library.
What about tape recording?
I don't. You have to talk to them. I just know about the video recording. I don't know about tape recording.
Oh, I don't pull on my video camera no more. I mean...
It may or may not. I don't know about tape recording. I know for sure video recording.
Well, I looked up the law on the internet. As long as you're in a public place, it's okay, unless somebody specifically asks you not to.
Correct. Or the policy, since you're inside the building, in terms of use of the building, even though it's a public area, they still have...
There's additional policies, you mean?
Correct.
I see. Outside of the laws.
No, it's not outside of the law.
No, I'm saying outside of this regular San Diego penal code laws.
Correct. It's in addition to.
I see. But I
They
don't...
don't violate the law.
I see.
Basically, by you stepping foot and using that facility, they can make the law more stringent.
I understand.
So-
Is this stated in your library code of conduct and
Yes.
policy?
That video
you can't-
recording?
About the tape recording.
I don't know about tape recording. I only know about the video recording.
Okay, so now you guys...
I haven't memorized the code of conduct. But if you ask any staff member there about the code of conduct and ask them, is tape recording in the code of conduct, like banned from the code of conduct like video recording is, you can ask them, they'd have to tell you. I don't know about tape recording specifically.
All right, well, I don't see any problems happening as long as nobody violates my civil rights in there. If I want a copy of an incident report that you guys have ever made, 1, 5, 10, I don't know how many, and I want a copy of these, can I have one?
If you have the numbers,
I see. So, like, when I go in there, like, the computer's not going to be down, or the person who can give it to me is going to
you can make a
be
request.
on vacation, or...
You can make a request for records with given the incident number. And there are legal requirements, like certain things some people are not entitled to get copies of. Like obviously if somebody is a suspect in a crime, all the victim information of that report, they're not going to give the suspect of that.
Isn't harassment a crime?
Harassment could be depending on the situation.
I see.
But you're saying if you want a copy of that incident report, it goes to records. Records manager then reviews what the content of it is and follows what legal findings there are as far as what could be...
Well, if I want to act as attorney pro se, that would mean that I would have a right to any materials of discovery, which is basically anything I want to present to the court.
Yes.
So,
You'd have to go to the court, go in front of a judge,
and ask for it.
make your request for discovery on all that sort of stuff, in whatever case, and the judge grants it, then we would have no choice but to give what the court orders.
I see.
If you want a copy...
It's against the law, though, to file a falsified incident report, is it not?
Yes. A false police report.
That's what I
False
thought.
report, yes. False police report, yes.
And a police report is an incident report from campus safety. Is the same terminology?
An incident report can be a police report, depending on the situation, yes.
Okay. So are you guys going to investigate the specific matters of certain individuals saying gang stalk around me constantly, nonstop, every time I come here? Audio files do not lie, sir.
Okay. Well, they haven't reported it to us, so...
I am right now.
Yeah, but we don't know who they are.
Okay. Well,
So
if I wanted to, like, say, point somebody out and say, I know for a fact that individual had engaged in gang stalking in the past, would you look at that?
you could, if you know who they are...
I see.
What would you expect us to do on it?
Well, if it's intentional, if there's malice aforethought and criminal intent to harass, okay, and anybody can deny it up and down the road, but you can't deny the existence or relevance of a tape recording.
Right. You provide us actual physical evidence, not just some bunch of recordings of somebody saying the word gang stalking.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing. In closing, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but just in closing, because I gotta go. Okay. Here's the thing. It's not just somebody walking around saying gang stalking, because I am so sick and tired of this crime happening to me. I am not going to let go of this until it's legally prosecuted uncorruptly. Period. End of story. So what I do is I develop my own strategies. Before I come to this campus, I make a video file and an audio file, and I state, let's see if I hear gang stalking said before I arrive. I then come here and have caught it 50 times in one day. On the same day I made the prediction. That's a crime, sir. That's showing a crime is happening.
Okay, I'm not sure what crime that is, but okay.
Okay, so do you guys have a book that you can look at in order to be able to see what...
GangStalking is not written in the penal code in any that I know of.
I see. So what about...
Here's my best advice to you on this.
What about the methods? Isn't that a crime?
Methods in and of itself is not a crime.
Methods of harassment is not a crime?
Conspiracy
to harass ain't a crime?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You say you have all this mountains of evidence of
Which I
all
do.
this sort of stuff, which you do, and all this, and you plan on hiring a lawyer.
Eventually.
Eventually. You know what? There's plenty of lawyers right now that are hungry for good cases.
Yeah.
They're
A lot of corrupt ones, too.
The lawyer's the one that's going to be the expert on that, and a lot of them will do it pro bono. That means you
Yeah,
don't
I
have
no money.
time because it's a good enough case. If it's a strong enough case, they know they're going to get money because
see-
guess what they got to do against those people? Sue them.
Yeah, but you see,
And then they get civil damages. So I would go talk to the lawyer, find a lawyer that can take your case pro bono. They will have you most effective. Talking to us.
this is what I want at the end of the day. I want you guys to investigate this, and I want to know why you won't.
Okay, there's nothing from what you told me. There's no leads for me to investigate.
And so if I told you that Club Med restaurant people that work there say GangStalk when I go in there, you don't know where, the Club Med restaurant's right over there.
I know where
Right.
Club Med is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I said, I have no idea what law that's violating.
I see. So I guess a lawyer could look it up for you.
If the lawyer, get a lawyer to contact us and provide us with the actual citable penal code violation for saying gang stalking, and whether it's misdemeanor, felony, or what it is, then we might have something to talk about. You understand?
I see. So what about this hostile environment that I'm experiencing inside the biomedical library? I mean, I'm literally as quiet as a mouse. I'm not a no one. I need a date. And then, just because I ask a guy, I go, where'd you get those sunglasses? He starts freaking out, and then goes back inside the
He
library.
was just having a bad day. I don't
You
know.
what? There's
Who knows?
nothing illegal about people being jerks. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is. I wish there were...
Every time I see a librarian pick up the phone about me, I go into this hyperactive mode. What's going to happen next? Am I going to be banned from the library today?
But there's nothing illegal about that.
I see. Oh, it's not illegal about either. I know the whole situation.
All right.
I'm totally aware of the whole situation. Hey, can I have a card or something? I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific one with your name on it, just a general card.
What do you
Because I want to make an online police report.
want to make an online police report?
Yeah, because it's getting to the point to where, I've approached you guys on many occasions and nothing's getting done.
Just write it down.
Yeah. What I'm going to do.
So you taped me and I taped you.
Yes.
We're all taped.
Yep. And we are allowed to do that whether we tell you or not,
Me too.
because we're in public. So.
Hey, now what you're saying, you don't know if
And
it's...
actually, do you know that it's illegal for a civilian to record somebody without their knowledge?
About what?
A civilian?
To report somebody without their knowledge?
Yes.
Really?
You cannot.
Police officers are exempt from that law. Now you
So you're saying that you don't have to tell me, but I have to tell you?
Correct.
That's
what your legislature
That
decided.
that is in the California Penal Code. You can
really?
check that one out.
So I pay my taxes to a legislator that screws me over day and night.
Well, I'm not going to get into a political discussion, but I kind of agree with you a little bit.
You agree with me on that one, huh? He doesn't like paying someone to rape you.
Okay. This is the website, which is the homepage for the police department. There's a link on there for
Our
online.
police department.
Yes, our
Yeah.
police department.
Uh-huh.
It's. I'll put the www, but that's usually. Okay, so it's www.police.ucsd.edu. That's our homepage. On there's a link that says file an online report or online reporting. Click on that link, takes you to file the online report.
All right, well, in closing, I've attempted to do that before, and they didn't have features on there that really fitted the description of the type of crime that I wanted to report, and as a result, I got no feedback. Or I got a feedback that said, this isn't the kind of...
They're updating and changing things.
But that's how you file an online report.
That's how you do it, though.
All right, well, I'm predicting right now in front of you guys, both of you guys right now, that I'm going to be banned from this university in the next month because of an event that's going to happen. I'm predicting it right now while I'm talking to you. Because predictions is what I do.
All right. Okay, good to know.
You guys stay safe, all right?
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Now, let's get to some meat and potatoes pertaining to this particular video, the audio you just heard. Again, That event took place on 1, there's the month in the middle, the day right there, 9/2014, okay? After I left the biomedical library to leave the campus for the day on my bike on my way to the bus stop, okay? Now, I want you to hear the audio that I played them pertaining to how I said these two guys who were harassing me and threatening me on Thanksgiving Day, 8 days after I spoke to a campus police officer on November 20th. This is the actual audio that I showed these two campus police officers that you just heard me talking to. This is the audio, okay, of that event on Thanksgiving Day, right up the street from UCSD. Do you hear them say gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang stalk? I'm gonna F you up. Now, one of these two guys has harassed me on anywhere between 8 and 11 separate occasions, and I do have a video picture of him, and I will not show that video picture of him until I can make a copy of it, and until I do one other thing that I need to do for legal and strategic purposes. This right here is the audio of the event that happened between me and the guy who turned out to be a biomedical library staff pertaining to the same date of January 9th, 2014, in reference to how I told these two UCSD police officers that you just heard the verbal interreactions that I had with them on January 9th, 2014. Once I finally left the biomedical library for the day, you heard me talking to them about this guy. He turned out to be a biomedical library staff. Okay? Now, this is me standing outside earlier in the day, on the same day, in reference to the event that happened between me and this guy. This is the audio of this event, and this matters. I want you to listen to it closely. Now, when you hear me say, hey, those are cool sunglasses, where'd you get them from? And then I go, hey, that's because he had, for one, I think he had earbuds in his ears, and for two, I didn't think he heard me. So I just said, hey. Now, I got a strong voice sometimes, so it might sound like I'm saying, hey, you know, like that. Meaning like, hey, you know, why didn't you answer me? That was not my thinking at all. I just thought to myself, maybe he didn't hear me, so I said, hey, a little loud. Sometimes I talk loud, like I'm talking loud now, okay? But, for one, when you gotta understand something. Where I went to go take this break at, okay, I was standing like this. The door was behind us, okay? The actual physical door that I came out of and that students come out of. He came out of the door that is attached to the building, and I didn't notice it, because as I was facing this way, that door he came out of was behind me. As he walked out of it, okay, I was turning to turn my face to go to where I would be facing him. So my peripheral vision saw him come out, but it didn't click where he came out of at. I wouldn't have said jack shit to him. You better believe I wouldn't have said jack shit to him, because I already know the things I'm experiencing by the biomedical library staff, and they'll lie about it up and down the road. And let me tell you another thing right now. Organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, the people who are involved in them, for one, will not tell the truth, because rattlesnakes don't commit suicide, and no matter how much you put a tuxedo on a vulture, it's still a vulture, which means that anybody can be involved in gang stalking. Whether they're part of, see, gang stalking is nothing but stalking of a targeted individual in order to gang up on them to bring about a desired result. Okay? That's right, using anybody in the community to do it. Now, the people who are steering this expedition are in the system. It's organized crime in the system. Okay? They have the power positions to connect with anybody in the community to get them to do things for them based on lies, slander, gossip, and the community cooperation is achieved as a result of the individuals in the system who are perpetrating this crime having power positions and the influence to do it. To give you a preliminary introduction in reference to that, go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Just do it. Just do it. Now, let me just go ahead and play you the audio. Dude, does it sound like I was harassing this guy? And then I'm going to show you a letter I got that's dated the 22nd but wasn't handed in to me personally until the 27th, which was 2 days ago. Okay? And it's pertaining to this guy that you're about ready to hear. Alright, now I want you to listen to this. Just listen carefully about how he acts towards me just because I asked him, "Hey, those are cool glasses, where'd you get them from?" Just listen to it.
Okay, this is a segment of the event that occurred on January 9, 2014, as a result of the biomedical library staff members saying that I was harassing him because I asked him about his glasses. Just listen. You won't believe it. Just listen to this bullshit. Hey, where'd you get those glasses? Hey! Don't talk to me. I'll call the police on you. Why? I'll call them right now. You're calling the police because I talked to you? Yeah. That's weird. You got that? You're forward here. Oh, sorry, I talked. Go ahead and call the police. You can use my phone. Okay. That's for the librarian. Come out when I was outside. Oh my god. So another excuse to create another incident. Get away from him. What's his problem? I think he felt like you were being inappropriate, talking. Really? Wow. Yeah.
Okay, now, pay close attention to everything that I'm stating right now in this video because it matters. Now, this is a letter I got on the 27th of January 2014. It's dated the 22nd. It says that it was sent to me by a Nancy, okay? Nancy Relaford, okay? Who's the Director of Library Safety and Security, okay? Now, it states in here that, I bothered this guy, made him feel threatened, and then also it says you confronted and verbally harassed a library employee outside the biomedical library as he left work. The employee told you several times to leave him alone, but you persisted, following him when he returned to the library for safety, and continued the harassment until he entered a staff-only area and other library employees intervened. Complete and total BS. I went outside to take a break, a cigarette break, from the biomedical library. That's right. And when I left, I was sitting in front of the computer before I even got up to leave, before the incident occurred outside the library. I was already in the library, had many things brought up on my computer screen in reference to YouTube channels, other Google things that I was looking at. I got up to go outside to take a break, so I even wrote a note and left it on the computer, "Be right back." I left everything that I had brought up on the computer up on the monitor. Okay? Now, I want you to listen to this. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. Okay? So, if cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, if I'm being cyber surveilled on biomedical library computers, which I even told the campus police officer about on November 20th, 2013, 8 days before this Thanksgiving event was caught, okay, then they automatically seen who was ever monitoring my computer activity that I did not close anything down. And that there was a great likelihood that I'd be coming back in because I had done that on prior occasions in the same library. So, I went outside to have a cigarette break, standing there minding my own business. This guy comes out. I didn't even immediately notice that he was a library employee until after it started clicking. How did this guy know that I had been banned for a year? And I'll talk about that. I've already talked about that in other videos. It was where an event just happened last year in 2012, which gave them the legal apparent reason to say that they knew I had videos online, discovered that some video pictures were being taken in their library back in 2012, and they banned me because of it. Isn't that just convenient, maybe? Now listen to this. So I go outside to take a cigarette break. This guy comes out of the back of the building. I didn't recognize it because my back was faced towards him, and as he was coming out and starting to turn to walk away, that's when I was turning and noticed him and said, "Where'd you get those sunglasses at?" And I thought he didn't hear me, so I go, "Hey." And then that's when he went off on me. Then he goes back into the library and stands at the counter. So much shit has happened in this biomedical library on previous occasions. I thought to myself, what's going to happen now? So when I went back into the library to use my computer, I saw him standing there. So I walked up to library staff to ask library staff what was going on, and they worded it in this, that I followed him back into the library. Complete, total bullshit. Okay? So I walked up to the library counter and said to the library staff personnel that was working behind the counter, what's the matter with him, or what's going on? And then the guy goes, "Get away from me, get away from me, get away from me," while UCSD's video camera is taping the entire thing. Or was it? How convenient. I mean, all they got now is, if they did videotape it, geez, now they even got a video picture showing this poor guy being afraid of me. For what reason? Because I walk up to a counter and say, "What's going on?" or "What's the matter with this guy?" And then the guy who I was talking to behind the library said, well, I guess he felt you said something inappropriate to him, so the best thing you can do is just walk away. And so I did. Went back to my computer terminal and sat down and did my work. Then that night when I left the biomedical library, that's when I ran into these two campus police officers and talked to them, told to them the entire situation, and at the end of my verbal interactions with them, you heard me flat out state that I am predicting that I will be banned from this library, from this campus. And then I only went back to the biomedical library, I think, one other time in between, maybe twice, and guess what I get on January 27th, 2 days ago, dated January 22nd. A warning that if any more complaints happen about me, that I'll be banned permanently or for 1 year from all UCSD libraries. Now check this out. At the beginning of this video, I stated to you that I had talked to a UCSD campus police officer on November 20th, 2013, right in front of the guys' library, about me being gang-stalked every single time I go on their campus. He was tape recorded when I talked to him. I've already uploaded that audio. Okay? That's right. Proving already online that I had talked to a UCSD campus police officer before these entire events happened on January 9th. Okay? That's right. I told him everything, how I was being gang-stalked, the fact that I predict that about what it's going to be said around me before I get on campus. All you got to do is go to, well, I'm not going to say it in this particular video, but let me just put it to you this way. I told him descriptively, in details, how I was being gang-stalked on their campus, and the fact that I predict the kind of harassment I'm going to experience in a video file and an audio file before I even come to campus, and everything that I predict on audio and video before I arrive on campus, each time has been caught on a feverish scale on audio file. And I told him that that's the only thing I'm trying to do is catch it. He said no problem with that. I said okay, thank you, and then I walked away from him, locked up my bike, went into the guys' library, used the computers for about an hour and a half, got up from the computers, gathered my belongings together, went to the bathroom, did my business, came out, and there's a water fountain right outside the bathroom. So I filled up my water bottle, like I do practically every day before I leave any place, and then as I'm leaving from the water fountain to leave the library, two library security officers approach me and hand me a library code of conduct policy. Within days of the first time of me going back to the library once the 1 year ban from 2012 expired. They just magically appear along my path inside the guys' library within an hour and a half after I talked to campus safety to hand me a library code of conduct and policy, verbally telling me that if there's any complaints or incidences that happen towards if there's any verbals, if there's any complaints or if any incidents occur concerning me, that I could be banned permanently. And I said, well, what if it's a stage complaint? He goes, yes, that too. caught on audio file and already uploaded to the internet before this January 9th, 2014 event occurred. And this letter is stating that a biomedical library staff employee complained about me, and they're using that as a warning that they're going to ban me if another complaint occurs. Do you see what I'm saying? Why would a UCSD library security officer say, when he told me if there's any complaints about you or any incidences that could lead up to you being permanently banned, and I said, well, what if it's a staged complaint? He goes, yes, that too. Why wouldn't he say, what do you mean? I don't understand what you're talking about. Or why wouldn't he say, that's a peculiar statement? And instead he said, yes, that too, to my face and to a recorder. Now, I don't know about you, but if somebody asked me a question that wouldn't make no sense in relevance to the theme of the conversation we're having, I would say, well, what do you mean? Or I don't know what you're talking about, or that doesn't make sense, you know, explain. Instead he said, yes, that too. In closing, let me show you this. This is a 2012 email that I made at UCSD. That's right, on November 1st, 2012, about a week or 10 days before I was banned in 2012. And I want you to look at it closely. I want you to look at it very closely. What does it say here? Oh my gosh, let's just take a look. Well, let's take a look at the date of it. Thursday, November 1st, 2012 at 2:28 p.m. This is an email that was made by me. It was even named, this email was sent from UCSD on 11/01/2012. You can clearly see the date it was made and the date it was printed, 11/01/2012. It flat out states in here. In fact, let me just get some better lighting in here so I can show you what it states. Okay? It flat out states everything that I just got done telling you I talked about with a UCSD campus police officer on November 20th in front of the guys' library, and all the verbal dialogue that you heard between me and two UCSD campus police officers on January 9th, 2014. Basically, this email literally flat out states, check it out, it flat out states the fact that I, Leslie Williams, I'll read it to you right now as I'm talking to you. Let me put my glasses on. This is going to blow your mind. It's literally going to blow your mind. If this don't prove this shit's not happening, I don't know what would. Alright, now look at this. I want you to look at this. It says it right here. This is the name of the email. It says, this email was sent from UCSD on 11/01/2012. Okay? There's the date of it. Okay? There's the file name of the Gmail file right on the top of it. Okay? And there's the date it was printed out, 11/01/2012. It was made and printed out at UCSD. Okay? Inside their biomedical library. And here's what it states. I, Leslie Williams, am writing this email file because, as a direct result of being subjected to organized stalking tactics along all of my routes, I experience in part a tactic known as direct conversation, and have caught this method, okay, that is done as a feature of sensitization methods, which are /is done to, /is done to, okay, anchor mental associations in a target's mind that they're being stalked and harassed and or threatened overtly. Direct conversation methods being utilized around the target's physical proximity, okay, which means they stand around the target in order to say certain things around the target intentionally, achieved through the stalking. This method is utilized towards me using different or same comments and or words and or phrases, okay, that are intentionally mentioned around me at different locations repeatedly at these different locations. I have caught GangStalker being mentioned around me at over 15 locations on over 200 occasions. Now you got to remember, this is back in 2012, so the 800 audio files had not been totally accumulated yet. Okay? Now on over 200 occasions on digital audio file. And at least 43.5% of what was caught on digital audio file, okay, in parentheses, GangStalker being said, repeatedly, after it was predicted before I arrived at the locations that GangStalker was being said at. Okay? That was achieved because of experience. Basically what I'm saying here is that as a result of all the experiences, I started predicting what they might do before they did it, before I arrived at places it would happen at. This was achieved because of experience and because of the nature of the stalking. Now, I also experienced the same method being used as a vehicle to incur fear that my bank account will be infiltrated. Now, the rest of that just basically talks about other things that they're doing and threatening me about. Now, towards the end of it, it says, I experienced these threats through direct conversation tactics on UCSD Shuttle, UCSD Club Med Restaurant, and at MTS bus stops on UCSD campus. Now, let me tell you, let me explain another thing. In October of 2013, I caught a student admitting that a third party put him in my physical presence to engage in certain physical gestures. Go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass, Read Comments. That was me catching 3 teenagers, okay, at least 30 miles away from UCSD, admitting they were put on a bus route I was already on to engage in these physical gestures on January 28th, 2012. Okay? Almost 11 months before this email was written. Now, in October of 2013, I caught, while the tape recorder was running, a UCSD student admitting to me in a hidden running recorder that he was put at the corner of Gilman and Myers, the bus stop, to engage in these physical gestures by a third party. 2 days later, I caught a separate UCSD student admitting the same thing in general at a bus stop right across the street from Rouse, right up the street from UCSD. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Now think about this. This Thanksgiving event was caught on November 28, 2013. It was caught on November 28, 2013. This email was made on November 1st, 2012. It was made at UCSD. This event was caught right up the street from UCSD. I got hundreds and hundreds of audio files of gang stalk being set around me everywhere I go, every single day on UCSD campus. Let's take another look at this tidbit. I made many videos on UCSD campus back in the year of 2012 before I was banned for a year. Around November, it was between November 7th and 13th of 2012. Days after this was made. And those videos that were published online stated that biomedical library staff was saying gang stalker around me in their library. Okay? Then this was written by me. It was literally written by me in their library and then sent to myself and then printed out. You literally just got them witnessing it, and this has been scanned, okay? Because it's a printout, you can scan it and then attach it into a PDF file, so you'll be able to visually see it once I put it into a blog. Now check this out. Think about this. All throughout the year, between May of 2012 and November of 2012, I made numerous videos and published them online before I got banned that biomedical library staff were walking by me and saying gang stalk inside the biomedical library. Then I made this on November 1st, 2012, saying that individuals are getting around me and saying gang stalker. Repeatedly. Those YouTube videos were published all over the internet before I got banned in 2012. Then I catch these freaks on Thanksgiving Day, 2013, as they're threatening me, saying gang stalk, gang stalker, and gang is stalking, I'm going to F you up, and that's even mentioned in this email, where it flat out states how they form and anchor mental associations in a target's mind that they're being stalked and harassed and or threatened overtly. Anchoring a mental association means that when they're threatening you or harassing you, they want you to know it's happening because of gang stalking by saying gang stalking as the harassment or the threats of being assaulted is occurring. That's how they form mental associations, because in order to make you feel stalked, they got to make sure you know that you're being stalked overtly, creatively. And they do it by getting around you and saying gang stalk everywhere you go, every single day, non-stop. And I got the video files to prove it, and the audio files to prove it. So, again, in closing, all you gotta do is listen to the statements these guys are saying towards me on a sidewalk 8 days after I talked to a UCSD campus police officer, and pay close attention as well. When I had these verbal interactions with these two UCSD police officers on January 9, 2014, at the very tail end of it, I said, I am predicting right now I'm going to be banned from this campus, and 3 times later when I go back there, I get this letter threatening to ban me. over an incident that I did nothing wrong whatsoever except for ask a guy where he got his sunglasses at, and then walked back into the library to sit back at my computer, walked up to the counter to try and inquire what was going on, and then the letter stating I was harassing him outside, and then followed him back into the library. Total, complete bullshit. Okay? So, this is a Thanksgiving event. It happened 8 days after I told a UCSD campus police officer right outside of the guy's library that individuals are getting around me on their campus and saying gang stalk repeatedly and non-stop in specific ways. Now, I want you to understand something. The other day, when I was handed this letter from UCSD, okay, I called the police in order to make another police complaint, and they kept telling me that they had an emergency call and couldn't do it. They stopped to come out from an emergency call to come to the library to find out what I wanted, to hand me a phone number that was already on the letter they gave me, and then told me they had to leave. And I said, well, call another police officer here so he can make a complaint, and they found a reason not to do that. Okay? I then leave the library around 7 o'clock. Okay, and started riding my bike over to the Price Center on the campus, which is a building dedicated to a bunch of restaurants and stuff, and where people can study. And I started an audio file right before I got into the Price Center stating that, let's see if I hear gang stalker being said around me inside this Price Center, so I can go to Burger King. On the same exact day, I got this letter stating that I'm harassing people, which I'm not at all. I then go inside of the Burger King, and guess who's standing in line? The two library security guards that just left from the BioMedical Library. They reappeared twice on the scene that day. That they handed me this letter. Once to hand me the letter, and then the two that said that a staged complaint could have me banned. Okay, on November 20th, 2014. They approached me and told me that I had to leave because of what happened earlier in the day. So I said, okay, I was getting ready to leave anyways. So then I started asking them a couple questions about crime statistics and can I get them from the campus police, and he goes, you need to leave right now. Right now. Right now. He wouldn't answer any of my questions or nothing. So then I leave there, unlock my bike, ride my bike over to the Price Center, I stop. Okay, in order to start a new audio file. I started a new audio file, recording it, and I said, I'm getting ready to go into the Price Center, let's see if you hear gang stalker being said in it. I get in it, the library security guards who just told me I had to leave the BioMedical Library are in line at Burger King, and as soon as they leave, guess what I hear? Gang stalker. Caught on audio file. And I've already uploaded that audio file to the internet. That's right. And the person who said gang stalker was right in the physical presence of where those library security guards were standing at. Now, I already uploaded the audio of that event. I just haven't uploaded it to the internet yet because I haven't been anywhere since this event occurred. My name is Leslie Williams from California. So, since I got about 4 minutes left of this particular audio file, check out what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to literally show you, when I was at the very beginning of this video file, I was stating that when I was talking to those two separate UCSD cops on January 9th, 2014, I was showing them about the November event being caught on my phone that you just heard. And then I also mentioned to them that the same method was caught on a Yucca Valley bus 1 year prior. Okay? 1 year prior, okay, after this November 1st, 2012 email was made pertaining to gang stalk being said around me on UCSD campus. This is the video of me being on a Yucca Valley bus route Landers in Yucca Valley, California. I want you to go to Google or MapQuest and type in UCSD's campus, La Jolla campus, their address, and cross-reference it to the address of the Yucca Valley Library in Yucca Valley, California. And look at the distance of miles. And And then I want you to listen to this. Do you hear these men say gang stalker? While other ones are saying, oh my god, right before and after it, repeatedly, in that way. And then a woman flat out says gang stalking on a bus. And I can, let me just show you the date. I better hurry up though, because I only got 2 minutes left. See, it says Yucca Valley gang stalking. I'm going to go to options, file information, and here's the date, 12/11/2012. Okay, and I can prove I was in Yucca Valley. That's that video file right there. So I'm going to play it. It's asking me if I want to play with sound, and then I'm going to basically just hold the sound of the microphone to the camera. Do you hear these people say it on the bus?
Oh, okay.
Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turned. Those little French cars. Right now.
Your first child?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully my
I got my quick one.
only
You guys
child.
don't take the whole thing. First, I got this one whole.
She's pretty good. She never cried.
I'm going to go hang it up. I think it's in my,
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it down. I don't have one. I wish I did anything great. Oh, yeah. When it will get rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. No, it's American flag.
Yeah, you're about to ready to see? I'm on a bus.
Yeah, they are. They say in 15 years when you put an RFID chip in all newborns.
We could have not walked all the way to Walmart from the Social Security office.
Radio frequency.
There's so many questions. It's a radio frequency identification.
Okay, now, there was already videos online before I went out to Yucca Valley stating that individuals were getting around me and saying gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god. They gang stalked me from La Jolla, San Diego County, all the way to Yucca Valley, and I got the audio files and video files to prove it. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. I made this video to inform, to expose the truth. Thank you.